Hello and welcome into this week's edition of the K&N Pro Series Rewind Show right here on Racing News Now. As always, I'm your host, Garth Allen. Thank you once again for joining me today. If this is your first time catching a Racing News Now video, consider going down below and hitting that subscribe button and ringing the bell for notifications so you don't miss a thing going forward from RNN. As you can see, we're still using the little bit of a different setup here while we get our Adobe Premiere problems squared away, shall we say. So for now, it's not the normal set, but we will power through it, and it's not too bad. Let me know if you like this better. I mean, maybe we continue to do this into the future, but anyway, let's get into the K&N Pro Series West race that happened on Saturday night. That was the Toyota NAPA Autocare 200. 200 laps, 66.6 miles around the 0.333 mile All-American Speedway in Roseville, California. 8 cautions on the night for a total of 47 laps. First caution came out at lap 25 for debris on the backstretch. Second caution was at lap 42 as the 6 of Derek Thorne and the 16 of Derek Kraus got together in turn number 1. Lap 94, the 08 of Travis Milburn spun in turn number 3 to bring out the caution. Fourth caution of the night was at lap 144 as Travis Milburn again spun, this time on the backstretch. Lap 150, the caution flew once again, this time for the 50 car of Chris Eggleston, riding the wall in turn number 3. A scary accident there. He was able to walk away from it. The throttle, from the reports I've heard, the throttle hung on that car, and he ends up on his side riding the wall. So definitely a scary accident. Great to see that Chris Eggleston could walk away from that one. Lap 167, the 11 car of Takuma Koga spun in turn number 2. Then at lap 179, caution came out once again for the 22 of Trevor Huddleston's spin in turn number 4. And the final caution of the night was at lap 182, just shortly before the end of the race, as the 39 of Taylor Canfield spun in turn number 4. Lap leaders on the night, Ryan Partridge far and above led the most laps with 124 laps led. Cole Rouse led 58 laps, as well as Chris Eggleston leading 18 laps in this race. All right, so let's get into your results on the night. Cole Rouse picks up his first career K&N West Series victory. The final driver for Bill McAnally Racing to win this season. His teammate Haley Deegan picked up her first win last week, and then 3 wins on the season so far for Derek Kraus. So a big year so far for Bill McAnally Racing. They've all been extremely fast this season. It was only a matter of time before Cole Rouse picked up that victory. It wasn't without a challenge, though. Ryan Partridge, as we said, led 124 laps in the middle portions of that race. He was very strong, but Cole was able to out-wrestle him at the end and picked up the victory. Sunrise teammate to Ryan Partridge, Derek Thorne, came home in the 3rd position. Nick Johanidis with a strong 4th-place finish, career best for him. And Travis Milburn, even with those 2 spins in the middle portion of the race, came back for a top 5 finish in 5th. Rest of your top 10 were Matt Levin, Meridian winner Haley Deegan, Taylor in 7th, Taylor Canfield in 8th, Rich DeLong the 3rd and 9th, and Takuma Koga rounded out the top 10. Final page here, 11th through 16th, we see Trevor Huddleston in the 11th position. Chris Eggleston landed in 12th after his issues with the wall ride there in turn number 3, and then Derek Kraus was out early after his incident with Derek Thorne. He was 108 laps off the pace. Did end up back on the track at the end of the race, but out of contention very early in this one. He was behind the wall for a long time. Ended up 15th in this race. All right, that's your results from the Toyota NAPA Autocare 200. We were able to catch up with Cole Rouse and get his thoughts on this race and looking ahead to next week's final race of the 2018 K&N West schedule at Bakersfield. So let's head to that interview now, and we will see what Cole thought of Saturday night. And we're now joined on the phone by winner of Saturday night's Toyota NAPA Autocare 200 from the All-American Speedway, Cole Rouse. Cole, how are you doing today?
I'm pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. Not as good as I think you're doing after picking up your first K&N West victory there on Saturday night. Just talk us through your night there. You didn't lead a lot of the middle portions of that race, so it's not like it was a real dominating run for you. So talk us through your night.
So yeah, we started on the pole in qualifying. I don't know, the start-finish line's pretty far back in turn one, so you really have to drive it in there to pick up time. So in qualifying, I just had to send it, so I just sent it past there, full throttle. I guess everybody else was a little scared to do that. So, I mean, I came on the pit road pretty hot, so we got pole, started the race, led a few laps, then Partridge went by me and led a lot of that middle portion. But he started to use up his stuff a little bit, and we caught back up to him, ended up passing him. I mean, it was a rough race. I was stacked against all the Sunrise cars, so it was a little bit tough. But I mean, it's a really cool win to really have to work for it like we did.
Was that the biggest difference at the end of the race for you, that Partridge kind of used his stuff up in the middle of the race and you had kind of saved some of your stuff for later in the race?
Yeah. I mean, all the Sunrise cars really did. We had some great cars in the middle part of the race. I had to use my tire fans and brake fans and stuff to kind of change the balance of the race car, because in the middle part we were a little too tight to keep up. But at the end, I mean, we were pulling away from the Sunrise cars.
You came really close to that first win a couple weeks ago at Meridian, and you got the bump and run from your teammate Haley Deegan there. And you weren't shy about saying that you felt like you should have won that race. So was that added motivation to come out and perform really well at Roseville?
It was. I mean, to bounce back and come win this one. Yeah, I thought I was going to win a few weeks ago in Meridian, but Haley, like you said, did the bump and run, which I was fine with. I would have done the same thing. But I mean, we finished second 3 out of the past 5 races, and then we won this one. So, I mean, I think we're pretty good at I never had 4 wins right now. So, but yeah, we had a pretty good car, and it's cool to pull it off for Bill McAnally, the one that promotes this track, my team owner. Did a really nice job with the fans. There's a ton of fans, so they're all really cool.
So you've got one race left now this season. You're now up to second in points, going back to Bakersfield here in a couple of weeks, where you had another strong performance for the first race of the season. Your teammate Derek Krause won that race. You finished third. How confident are you that you could possibly end the season with 2 wins in a row?
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning of the season, we should have won that race. We were leading with like 15 laps to go, and then a lap car was supposed to stay on the bottom, but instead he went high and kind of blocked me and let Derek by. So we had the car to beat last time we were there. I don't see why we can have the same deal happen this time.
Definitely. Well, Cole, thanks for joining us tonight. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Congratulations on that first win, and good luck in a couple weeks here at Bakersfield.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
And we want to thank Cole one more time for joining us tonight. It was a pleasure talking to him, and we wish him luck in a couple weeks here at Bakersfield to wrap out the season. All right, so let's take a look at your point standings with one race remaining now in the K&N West schedule for 2018. Derek Thorne has a 26-point lead now on Cole Rouse, who has moved up into that second position over Ryan Partridge. That is the only change in position in the top 10 this week. And I believe, depending on field size, I believe this does wrap up the 2018 championship for Derek Thorne. The point spread, at least for Roseville, was 19 points from 1st to 16th. 47 points gained by Cole Rouse and 28 to David Hibbard in 16th. So, depending on field size, I believe this wraps up the championship for Derek Thorne, unless we have a abnormally large field for Bakersfield. I don't see Cole Rouse. I don't see there being any way for him to make up 26 points at Bakersfield. So we are just going to say, as long as Derek Thorne starts at Bakersfield, he is the 2018 K&N West champion. I believe we've got enough information to go on to say that that is the case. But we still have a pretty good battle here for second, though. It's only 3 points of difference between Cole Rouse and Ryan Partridge. So second position is definitely not wrapped up by any means. That seems to be about the only realistic battle we have here. It's possible, I guess, that Trevor Huddleston gets above Haley Deegan for fifth. There's only 12 points of a gap there, but it would really require a pretty bad race out of Haley at Roseville. So really, as we head into this final race in Bakersfield, we're really looking at this second place battle between Cole Rouse and Ryan Partridge, as that seems to be the only realistic battle here in the top 10 with one race remaining. 3 points of separation there. But that is your point standings with one race remaining in the K&N Pro Series West. And I think that'll do it for us tonight here on the K&N Rewind show. If you didn't see it already, we did have a Cup Rewind go up for their race at Talladega on Sunday afternoon. We did not have a Truck Rewind go up this week. Documented it very well in the Cup Rewind. The issues we were having this weekend with Adobe Premiere, and it just made for one bad weekend that not a lot got done, unfortunately, for RNN. But we do have some big things coming up here very soon. We will be live at the ARCA race on Friday doing our usual coverage there for the ARCA race from Kansas Speedway. Our usual interviews with all of the biggest names in the ARCA racing series there. Probably sometime between practice and qualifying. That's usually when we get those done. And there's a pretty big gap. There's like 4.5 hours between practice and the end of practice and the beginning of qualifying at Kansas. So we've got a good amount of time to do it there. So we'll try to get as many drivers talked to as we can. We usually get the majority of the big names anyway. So we will have that, and we have a special announcement coming up shortly after practice on Friday as well that I know is something you will want to see. So keep an eye out for that. If you're not already subscribed, you need to go down below, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss anything going forward, especially the stuff from Kansas Speedway on Friday, because if you miss the announcement on Friday, you're going to be kicking yourself, because that is something I know you will want to know about. And I'm excited because I know what it is, and I know it's something that you are really going to be excited about. So definitely be sure to hang out on Friday and check out what we are doing early Friday afternoon from Kansas, because you are definitely going to want to know. We've also got some really big stuff coming up in the offseason as well. I know I've been teasing that for a while, and I haven't announced details just yet. We're getting very close to that here within the next couple of weeks. We will announce exactly what we're doing. We're just trying to get the moving pieces in place to make sure that things are 100% going to happen and when they're going to happen, so that way we can announce when they will actually be released. But we do have some really big things we're working on for the offseason. I am very excited for this. It's stuff that I know you're really going to enjoy. So stick around for that. The offseason is going to be really awesome here on RNN. So, like I said, if you haven't done it already, go down below, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. And if you like the video, hit that big thumbs up button. It's much appreciated when you do. So with that, this has been the NASCAR K&N Pro Series West Rewind show. I'm Garth Allen for Racing News Now.